Persuasion Company Limited, located in Stuart Castle, Duncan's Trelawney, Jamaica. We broadcast on FM 96.7 locally and is heard worldwide on fitfmja.com. Our mission is to amplify diverse voices and opinions, inform, educate, entertain, and engage listeners of all ages and lifestyle while promoting responsible community development. Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music.
Cultural Mix, an exciting radio show identifying and showcasing cultural diversity across the world through music, interviews, and lively discussions. Join Bev Moonchild on Fit FM 96.7, Fridays 6 to 8 p.m. Cultural Mix, everything cultural. Tune in. Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music.
Know yourself, know your roots, know your culture. You're in tune to Cultural Mix with Bev Moonchild and Fit FM 96.7. Fridays, 6 to 8 p.m. I'm Mark Simmons.
Never let the system get you down. No way, no way. Never let it make you wear a frown. Well, you are only one life to live. So your best shot, you've got to give. Yes, I'm standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall. Well, I'm standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 above them all. Well, things may not be like you want them to be. Yes, so be wise. You got to tread carefully. Well, there may be obstacles in your way. Just remember, Rome wasn't built in one day. I'm standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall. Well, I'm standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 above them all. Well. Keep your sanity.
They're constraints every day in this life. Your dues you gotta pay. I'm standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall, standing 10 feet tall. I'm standing 10 feet tall. You know, so me I go on. It is April 8th. It's the 8th day of April. Yes, 2022. I really want to welcome everyone. Well, we kind of get back with strength a little now, and we kind of get back with exposure after April 1. It was March 25. Listen up, people. Wow, what an amazing anniversary concert we had the last time we were here live in studio with our Fit FM 3rd anniversary concert in studio. It was really an amazing evening. Well, guess what? We are here this evening and we are here for another awesome show. And of course, our guest is live in studio with us, and we're going to get into that a little from now because we're having some interesting items here right in front of me, people. We're really going to have an awesome show this evening. We welcome you from wherever you are joining us, and we say share the program, share the live with your friends and let them know that Cultural Mix is on your Friday evening program on Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music. And I am your host, Bev Moonchild. Now, what has happened in the week that we need to talk about? Anything? In the week. Things are happening. And guess what? Sometimes you wonder if things are getting worse when you hear of the stabbings in schools and the fighting and so on and the murder. We lost our great mighty Diamond. We have been losing so. And then the other Diamond just say, you know what? Might as well me make my way through this too, it is really sad. But guess what? Those of us who are here, we have to keep heart, because every day we hear something happening. Then the accident on the road is another thing. I don't know what is happening. Then we hear of students with guard ring. And me never know so the guard ring thing serious. That even pick me at school now, we are guard ring. I knew of guard rings because but I didn't know it reached the realm of school now. And parents involved and know that them children have guard ring. People, I don't know what to say. I don't know. Sometimes you lose yourself and you're lost for words, as in my case. But those of us who are here, let us stand tall, as Imara would say, stand 10 feet tall. 10 feet tall. We can't go under at all, no matter what is happening. And this evening we are here for Cultural Mix, your regular Friday evening show, and we are saying, stand tall with us as we go through the hard times and the difficult times in the economy, difficult times socially, difficult times everywhere. But guess what? Let us hold firm and understand that when we ground ourselves, we are able to stand, withstand most, if not all, of the difficulties and the challenges. So thank you for being here with us, wherever you are, whether you're coming from Jamaica, you're coming from, I am now understanding that we have a big listenership in Ukraine. Where Ukraine them speak Russian? So come, me have to go learn Ukraine language now. Yes. But guess what? Anywhere you're joining us from, because www.fitfmja.com 24/7. So you can join us from wherever you are in the world. And we thank you. We are saying Akwaaba. Akwaaba, of course, is welcome. Welcome to Cultural Mix. Everything cultural. We play music, we do interviews, we have live discussions. And this evening, we are having a live discussion with a man from Trelawney. Born and bred in Trelawney. So all the Trelawney people who listen to Fit FM, call your friend and tell them somebody from Trelawney, Duansville, is on. And we're going to be talking about this enthusiasm that he has for culture and everything heritage. All kind of thing, people, is here. And we're going to be talking about it. Mr. Harper, welcome. This microphone is yours. So you're going to come a little closer to the mic, because the people who are watching us on YouTube and on Facebook, the microphone is for them, eh? Okay. So you use the microphone. So Mr. Harper, thank you for being here.
Yeah, I do appreciate it.
Yes.
96.7
yes.
FM.
Fit FM.
Right 96. In my own parish.
Yes.
Stewart Castle, to be exact.
Yes.
Welcome all Jamaicans,
yes.
Everybody over the world,
yes.
listening or watching. I hope you will all enjoy this program.
Yes, they're going to enjoy it. Mr. Harper, let us start with the name, Reai. R-E-I. R-E-A-I.
Yes.
How you come by that name?
Well, I was informed that the name was given to me by my great-grandmother.
Great-grandmother?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Reai Wenserly Harper.
Come again.
Reai Wenserly Harper.
Wenserly
Harper.
Right. Reai. So Reai not so bad, but we're gonna Wenserly. Mr. Harper, Wenserly?
And when I questioned it, she told me that that name was given to a priest, and so fortunately, and I haven't all going around Jamaica Unite. I've never heard another person with the name Reai Wenserly Harper.
No so Wenserly and no Reai at all.
It's a name to be cherished.
Name to be cherished, and you didn't pass it on to any of your children.
No.
Okay. Wensurly Jr. or Wensurly the Third.
Yeah.
Ray. That is an interesting name. And you didn't hear about the priest that you were named after.
No, I did not get any further information.
But you're a retired policeman.
Sure. I joined the force 1971 August and I retired 2010.
2010? That's not
Yes,
too long ago.
September.
September 2010.
71 I joined.
Oh, you joined
Yes,
71 and you retired
2010.
2010. Yes, keep at the microphone so everybody can hear you.
Yeah.
Whether they are on Facebook or they're on YouTube or so. We don't want nobody miss anything, Sir Harper. So just keep him out right up here, so when we are talking. So how was it for you in 1971 joining the force?
Well, a young man growing up, very enthused, and I said I would like to join the force and to serve my country in another way.
Okay. People, the meat of the matter. Let me show you. I wonder if the people on this is what Sir Harper. This one is what?
Willie's Penny.
Willie's Penny. Willie's Penny. I don't know if you can see, but we're going to be talking about them.
And this is Silver Chopin.
And silver tuppence. And then we have
Copper Chopin.
copper tuppence. We have enough things to talk about because Mr. Harper is a cultural enthusiast.
Collector.
And he's
farthing.
a collector of coins and all kind of things. And we have farden. Well, it is farthing, but the old people say farden. Yeah, farden. So we're going to be talking about it. So call your friends, especially your older friends, and let them know that we are on. Some people are watching us already on Facebook. So Kay, big up yourself, Kay. And Telma, ask Aunt Tit about the name.
Yeah, Aunt Tit. Aunt Tit is my mother.
Okay.
My great grandmother is Beatrice Dawkins.
Okay.
My grandmother is Cleopatra Dawkins. They are both deceased.
Cleopatra
And Beatrice.
So this person is Telma Gomez. She's saying, ask her, she seemed to know what is happening here. And Jenny Moss is saying, good evening, Mr. Harper. Jenny, I'm going to ask you to share. Then she's from Danieltown. Share the live, Jenny. Share it with their friends and tell them to come on, Mr. Harper. Our Trelawney native is in the house. And we're going to be talking a lot of things. He's also a farmer. So we're going to go into a whole heap of things this evening on Cultural Mix here on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music. I am Bev Moonchild, your host. So, Mr. Harper, a policeman, when you compare what is happening today, would you say you had an easier time in the force as it relates to even crime fighting and so on, compared to what is happening in today's Jamaica?
Well, yes. Today, but remember, back then, we never hear anything about the lotto scamming. It was mostly drugs and, robberies of betting shops and, business places and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And I must also, in 1973, they initiated the S90 squad. I was a pioneer on that squad. S90 squad. It was a motorcycle squad.
S90. Okay.
What had happened in those days, the motorcyclists, the S90, and you have the big head under 50.
Big head under 50.
Under 50 motorcycle. So during peak hours, those motorcyclists used to rob betting shop and thing and maneuver through the traffic easily. So as a result, the S90 squad was formed. And I was one of the first 30 that was on the squad.
So tell me, Sir Harper, when they on your S90 and I got through traffic.
Those days after a short while here, like big youth came with it. They ride like lightning and they crash like thunder. S90 can't came in and all that. Which big youth somebody I knew quite well.
Okay.
Ride down to Barakat to buy Clark's boot here. It was a lot And crime was there, but not as
Prevalent, yes.
Remember those days you never hear much about the M16 or the Bushmaster. It was not until in the late 70s here about the Bushmasters and the other higher weapons.
Okay. So you have retired, what, 2010? So that's what, 11 years ago?
Approximately, yeah.
Okay. So what have you been doing since retirement?
Since retirement, I've been doing some farming, and I'm working on a project to get tourism and attraction. It has entails a walking trail, planted trees like blue mahogany, mahogany, Spanish elm, and I intend to build a museum, ice cream parlor, and a gift shop.
Wow, Mr. Harper, you have dreams. Dreams,
Yeah,
dreams.
Yeah,
Dreams.
Indeed.
So you talk about the museum, and it takes me now to the discussion that I want to have with you. When I look at some of these items that you have here that no doubt will make their way into the museum, what led you to want to collect some of these items?
Well, as Nelson Mandela said, you need, if you did not know your history, it's proud to be. You know, you're lost without knowing your history. You need to know about your history, you know, and then you can be proud. So by passing on things to other generation, the books you read, you did not write them. The fruit you eat, you did not plant those trees.
Yes.
So therefore, you need to do things as you go along, that you pass it on to others.
Okay. Thelma Gomez, I'm asking you, please, darling, share this program with your friends so they can hear some of the history now that Mr. Harper going to let off on us this evening. So share the live. Welcome. Ask somebody else to join. We are here in the studio of Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music, and it is Cultural Mix. So you know we're talking cultural. We're having a cultural discussion here with Mr. Harper. We're going to take a little break and listen to a little music, and then we come right back to Cultural Mix and our discussion with Ray Wenserly Harper.
Correct.
Yes, man. Soon come back.
I remember some people who fought in the struggle, physically and spiritually. Steve Biko, Malcolm X, Queen and Nzinga, Hannibal and Bilal and Marcus Mosiah. Johnny Mambo, all the works that they have done. Johnny Mambo, all the battles they have won. Johnny Mambo, all the works that they have done. Johnny Mambo, all the battles they have won. I remember Selassie, how he conquered Mussolini in righteousness. That's how we gain his victory. Standing firm, never bow to the world and its system. 'Cause he knows he's the king and he is supreme. Johnny Mambo, for the works that they have done. Johnny Mambo, for the battles they have won. Johnny Mambo, for the works that they have done. Johnny Mambo, for the battles they have won.
Know yourself, know your roots, know your culture. You're in tune to Cultural Mix with Bev Moonchild and Fit FM 96.7. Fridays, 6 to 8 p.m. Imara said that.
Zion, I'm on a hook here, you know. I'm on a boss, you know. Right now, with him whole eye. With him wild. Ice. Right on. Irie. But don't you ride like lightning? This man, if you ride like lightning, it'll crash like thunder. So come on down along the way, now the song will lead the ways I would play. But guys, cause someone coming down the song will lead the ways I would read the video. Wow, baby! Come put your video, baby. Come people, baby. I keep on you, I would have to say. Still keep on saying. I beg your pardon, what did you say? But see how you don't say. Cause if you talk like that, I said if you say so. So all I'm bold so you got to give me so. I tell you, da, wow, wow. Live it up, da, wow, wow. Da, wow. Live it up, da, wow, wow. Live it up, da, wow, rock. The song called the Jawa Rappers, I would play. Da. We got chili with them for long the weeks, I would really do you. Wow, baby! Oh, God. Goodness gracious! But that's songs I would say.
Bev Moonchild, you hear me? That song the back, that song the top. Play it again. We tune in, a Fit FM 96.7. We tune in.
Right now,
Play
with the whole eye.
We love it.
Ice. Right on. Irie. But don't you ride like lightning?
S90 skank. And you know we have to bring the S90 skank because Mr. Harper, 100, 200.
Sitting on the CB 200. Big you talking.
Sitting on the CB 200. It is Cultural Mix, and we are in the studio of Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music. Bev Moonchild here is your host, and we are talking to Mr. Harper. Mr. Harper is from Duansville, Trelawney. Is it Duansville or Duan? Okay, Duansville, right, Trelawney. And he has an interest in culture. He has an interest in heritage, and he's a collector of several items that I am really interested in, and we're going to be talking about it. So if you are hearing us, we want you to share this live with your friends and let them understand that Cultural Mix really having a cultural session this evening. So we want everybody to come on live, whether it is Facebook or YouTube, or if you're listening us on the 96.7 band, or if you're listening on fitfmja.com, wherever you are, we are here with a listening culture this evening. So, Sir Harper, we talk about the name, and we're going to look at, as we talk about name, and we just had some royal, as they say, royal visitors who just left Jamaica. The royal couple.
This one.
Yes. So when I look now, I'm looking at some exercise books that you have here that says the Royalty exercise book, 80 pages. I don't know if the people who are watching, we're picking up? Mm-hmm. Yes, man, look at it. This is the exercise book with 80 pages. And look at the people who are on the exercise book. Huh? Look at the name. You can see them on the exercise book. It is look at the exercise book. These are the exercise books that were used in schools. Yes, man. It has H.M. Queen Elizabeth and H.R.H. Prince Philip. This is an 80 pages, made in England. And this is the book that our children now at that time would have. And every time them open the book, them say the Queen and them say the Prince. Wow, on the exercise book used in schools. And then they move to which one? This one is who?
That's the king. That was before.
So the king was before this one?
Before Queen Elizabeth.
Before Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah.
This is another royal exercise book again. That did you use any of these books, sir?
Yes, I used.
You use this one?
Yeah, I used.
So when you take up your book now as a young boy now from Duanville and you see them two white people here, did you ever at all feel like you want to look like these two white people?
Back then, that was the norm. It was under the British, the colonial thing when people were migrating to England. So therefore, it never, that awareness that wasn't there as such. Because remember, we were all part of the British colony. And, you could use your passport. People migrated to England for economic reasons, etc. So a lot of us, my father went to England. And I was expecting that he would send for my mother and then I would migrate to England. But he returned so fast that he never spent much time.
Why you come back so quick?
Well, he's now deceased and I didn't ask him that question.
Wow. It's I don't know, I would really want to talk to some people about this. How it impacted the children who would have taken up these books every day at school. If you want to, aspire to become like the two people on the exercise book. It's interesting. We can look at that one of these days from someone else. But look now, let's talk about the interest that you have in these collector items. I'm looking at this item, and this is the
Queen on
which one of the money is this?
This is the half a crown.
So the coin, the money is called half a crown.
Yeah, half a crown.
So what could this buy in this time?
Well, but comparison, no, I hardly think he could buy anything. Half a crown. It was half of the 5 shilling that time.
So when you have a half a crown, what you could have go a shop and buy with it?
Well, it could take you buy a lot of things, because I remember some days way back when a shilling with his 12 pence, you could buy a drink and a bun and a piece of cheese with 1 shilling, 12 pence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is
no man, a shilling. Yeah, a shilling there, man. Yes, this is a shilling.
Okay.
1 shilling, 12 penny. 12 pence, 1 shilling.
So you could have get a box drink with this and half a bread and cheese or bun and cheese.
Possible, yeah. Yes, but it's bun and cheese, a bun and cheese.
And a soda. Let me see the soda bottle.
You had all a drink named Fanta.
Let me see it, man.
You used to 3 pence. You used to have when they had this.
So this Tropans could I get with this big bottle of Fanta?
A Fanta.
And what? Just a Fanta?
A Fanta.
So what you eat
They
with it?
use next Fanta Tropans when they have a promotion. So you have the coin machine, you put the thing in, and you can on the crown of the drink. You see in your scratch, or you pull out the little thing, you see next Fanta Tropans, and you get another drink.
Okay. But look at this, a big old soda bottle here, so it could have full right up.
More than
drink.
16 ounces. Next Fanta Tropans.
So this would have been full with soda.
With soda.
And want somebody drink off all of this, Mr. Sapa?
Sure, sometimes. Most times.
So you buy your Fanta, you settle. And you spend your tuppence.
Your choppers.
So the one on named Fard now, which one is that?
Farthing.
Farthing.
4 farthing
Mhm.
makes a penny. You could get a sweet. 4 farthing, 4 sweetie, 4 mint balls.
Mhm.
So
you could get 4 mint ball with the farthing.
For a penny.
For a penny.
So each mint ball would cost you a farthing.
Okay. I get you now.
Mint ball.
Mm-hmm. When the money changed over, because we have some paper. Well, the $10 is recent because I know the $10, I know the $20, and I know the $2 too. And I think people would know the 50 cent.
50 cents.
People would know the 50 cent, the paper 50 cent, because not even we don't have what we have no.
You used to have 5 shillings first before
the 50 cent.
Yeah, 5 shillings.
Okay, wow. And then you have a next one underneath here. So now this kind of tear up. $20. Okay. All right. So which one you used to have more than regular?
Well,
Which one of these?
fortunately, we used to have like the 6pence, the tuppence, and the shilling, 2 shillings. When you get all 2 shillings or 2 and 6, you feel big because they can entertain someone. 2 shillings and 6pence. Yeah.
You feel big.
Yeah.
You have money in a pocket.
My uncle he came from Kingston once and he came to visit my school.
Mm-hmm.
And he gave me a 2 and 6 and I put it in my pocket and I don't know what happened with that. And I cried, the 2 and 6 last.
Yes.
2 shillings and 6pence.
So Thelma is saying Fanta and Canada Dry. Yes, she's referring to the
I have Canada Dry.
You have Canada Dry too? Look if you see it in a Canada Dry there. So Thelma Gomez, she remember the Canada Dry and the Fanta. So she's referred. That is Canada Dry.
No, this is Red Stripe. I have it outside.
Oh, this is a bigger bottle. Okay, this is where we're coming from with the bigger bottle. Okay.
Red Stripe.
Well, can you imagine?
And this is Jardines. The factory used to be on Spanish Town Road.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Wow, look at these people. Look at these big soda bottles. And that's when it got smaller, it was that one.
This one is liquid food. That factory used to be on Agley Park Road.
And these bottles are so heavy.
Yeah,
Heavy,
liquid food.
Yeah, liquid food. So all of these were sodas.
Yeah, sodas.
Okay. So when you open this museum, because you have to go open a museum, you know. I remember that one too. 7-Up. Ooh, all of them took me. Bring back real memories for some. You like it, it likes you. Look at it. 7-Up. Look at it. So, Mr. Harper, I am looking at this one is
Webster.
a holy
Webster,
soda.
that used to be manufactured in New York. I've never had this soda, Webster.
You have never had this one?
No, but I got the bottle.
Okay.
And there was also another drink made by Canada Dry.
Mm-hmm.
And the tagline was, his name was Wink. And the tagline was, when you think of a drink, think Wink.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a little green bottle manufactured by Canada Dry.
Okay. When you think of a drink,
Think Wink.
think Wink. When you think of a drink, think Wink. So this one is okay. But you have bottle like wow, Sir Harper.
Yeah.
Oh
And
Lord.
this is an original crate by
Lord have mercy.
Kelly's.
Uh-huh.
It's okay. It's Kelly's original wood crate.
Okay.
We used to carry 24 bottles in it.
In this one, this is the original crate.
The original. See the Louis
Turn it
Kelly's
so.
at the back.
This way.
The name
Okay.
is on the side.
Okay.
Louis Kelly's and son.
So, okay, this way. Right. I want the people to see the name, right?
It's okay. It's Kelly's.
Okay.
Louis Kelly's original
Mm-hmm.
Kelly's crate.
Okay, Louis Kelly's. Okay. So this would hold how much?
24 drinks bottles.
24 drinks bottle.
It's okay. It's Kelly's. Yeah.
Okay, Sir Harper. Things are going. When the museum opens, people going to flock the museum. What's the idea? Why you think a museum would be important?
Well, looking back today, in the past, people looked at tourism as SSS,
Sand.
sun, sand, and sea.
Okay.
But there is nature's tourism,
Mhm.
ecotourism,
Mhm.
and heritage tourism. And we want to leave something for our children and visitors,
Mhm.
especially the European tourists. They
Mhm.
love nature, bird watching, and things like that.
Mhm.
And we have to think outside of the box of the SSS and create something new for visitors and our locals alike.
How important? How you think culture and it factors into our daily lives? How important it is for our young people to understand this journey, because it's a journey you're taking us through right here.
Certainly it is. Well, as remember, first time, our music was copied from abroad, the jazz and the different thing until we come with ska and the other until we finally come to reggae, and wash this and all the different forms of art music that we had before. And we stuck with reggae, which is the number one that every country over the world try to get involved. I have a friend, who owns a studio, and when he did this music past the Dutchie, and UB40 in England came with another song, past the Dutchie on the left-hand side. And, the Japanese are in our country trying to capture our culture at dance hall in the nights with our local, trying to sing like us and all that. So culture plays an integral part in our society
and the development too of the country.
Remember, we have a minister who is culture, gender affairs and all.
Yes. So, but when you look at the schools, we talk about culture, and we talk about having our young people understand culture and the traditions and the heritage and so on. But I am asking you if you are of the view that this kind of thing should be actually taught in our schools, so students can appreciate it from early.
Certainly. Remember in the past, we used to have a lot of activities, especially Christmas with the John Canoe. We used to have on holidays maypole dancing, and they used to have what they call it quadrille, and children were exposed, and nowadays it's just hear about the dons and the gangs, and so we start to pull back from the norm. Another thing that played an important part way back was the traditional church and also the Pocomania, with the beating of those drums and with the Rastafarians after start beating the drums and where you call them Rastafari, what a week tremble, and Ras Michael and the Sons of Negos.
When you call him Rastafari, watch a week tremble, yes. Them no like Janem. Right. So you're saying now the traditional church would have played a role then?
Yes. You see, back then again, a lot of our children used to attend Sunday school. And one of the things used to be taught in is the golden text. And when you reach home, they used to ask you, what of the golden text? And children used to recite it for their parents. So it's because of the breakaway and the norm, and maybe technology too, with the phones today, see the games. Children first time used to be in the field. They try to go over again, plums. And
so there was much to occupy their time other
but
than
now
the phone.
The social media and things
Yes.
affecting a lot of our children.
Okay. I don't know if I'd asked you earlier, but I'm gonna ask you again. The interest now in in having a collection as this. What caused? Where did that interest come from?
From a little child growing up, I thought there was some economic value in collection, and I always like collecting artifacts.
Mm-hmm.
My mother once, I told her that you didn't have to go anywhere to make money. You could stay right at home
Mm-hmm.
and be creative and innovative and makes money.
You tell your mother that.
I told my mother that maybe it was so 40, 50 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Because you saw that you could stay home and make money.
Right. So my collection started way back.
Wow. Let me see that iron that you have here. So this one. My father. So this one you say now. People, I don't know if you can see this thing. See it here. You can see it? Mm-hmm.
What's that?
This is an iron. The iron.
Close iron.
A clothes iron, Mr. Harper. This is sitting about 5 pounds. So it alone could iron the clothes. So this part around here, so is what? What you
It
use?
used to carry gas and methylated spirit. And the information I got on it that it came from Germany.
Yes, so those people who are watching now can see. But as I am reminded now, the people who are listening on the radio can't see this, you know. So this is it shapes like a regular clothes iron, but the handle is made out of board. Now underneath where you would hold the iron now is it's like a guard because the iron is iron.
The heat.
The heat, so it prevents, so it guards your fingers now from the heat coming up. So it's a board handle, and then there's a metal, but this is metal.
Yeah.
That is guarding the heat. But on the other side, it's coming like a engine around here. So now, at the point where we would have put our iron to sit when we're iron and to give it a little breeze, want something around here so people that look like one engine. And Mr. Harper is telling me now that here, so in the engine is where you would have put
The fuel too.
the fuel.
Ignite and mentholated with the mentholated spirit.
So you'd have pour what in this?
The fuel, the gas.
The gas, and then
light it here. With
and
the
then you would
mentholated.
light it. No, people like how you'd light
And
the
the fire
stove,
would keep burning
and the
inside.
fire would be burning in here now to keep the bottom hot. Okay.
To spray the
Yes, and then this can turn the flame up or
Adjust.
down.
adjust the
The people who are watching it, this look like your lamp. You know where you that throw your oil in your lamp, and then you have the little part that you turn to bring the wick up or down. This is the same thing on this iron. So you're pouring a thing, and the light is in the thing now and keeping the iron hot. My God, me tell you, people, me hold it and my hand hurt me. This about 50 pound weight. I'm telling you, I'm not exaggerating.
This is the other iron.
So who would have this kind of iron, Mr. Harper?
The most wealthy people in the society, not the average, not the average person.
No, the average people couldn't own this
Couldn't afford that.
because this is expensive stuff. So from this now, the regulars like my family now would have this one. No, sir, all this heavy too. We could have used this lift some weights, I know. This is a regular one now that you would
put it in the stove or beside
on
the
the
fire.
coal.
Yeah.
Yes, and this one get hot. We know this one. And you have to have one bag of cloth now to hold up.
Correct.
To hold this now to keep it. So whereas the other one had a guard for your hand, we would have to use cloth on this now to keep our hands. So it's a regular iron, people, that we know that you'd have put in on the fire to get hot, and you'd have wipe it off on some cloth so it don't mess up the
Or
clothes.
the ash.
When you start. But this one is pretty heavy though.
Yes, it is.
Yes, this one is heavy. So where you got this one from? Is this one yours?
Well, I've collected, I have about 8 or 10 of them.
Of these?
Yeah, correct.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, certainly.
Wow. And this one now, you only have one of this.
Yeah, right.
This expensive one.
And I also have the one that the tailors used to use. You turn it up and blow out the ash and things. like that.
So how you do that one?
Eh?
You would pour what? What would
No,
be
you
the-
just put coal in it, light it, charcoal, light it, and then it hot up.
So the coal would be in the iron, the body
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
iron.
yeah.
Okay. And that one would, but this expensive one, me like how it looks very fancy. You can imagine when you have something like this, you have money. But this no. And then everybody just have one kind of iron these days now. So we don't have no rich iron, no. We don't have no rich people iron, no, and no poor people iron. But I see you have something else there. This thing that looks like a plate.
Okay.
This one right here. Yes.
This used to be.
And it says, out of many one people.
It's a regular plate that children used to use at school.
Yes.
So I got a pair of it. And I got a friend, I got the coat of arms, and we put it in the plate, and for it to, it has a little rock, for it to display the coat of arms. So I used to use, for example, when I go out with it, I put out it along with the cups, and the little memorabilia that we get for independent.
Okay.
So I make a difference. I have a pair of this.
So this is like a regular plate. People who are listening on the radio.
Way back, children used to use.
And the shine plate. No, this is not enamel. This is not
enamel.
You sure? No, this is
Yeah, it's enamel plate. Yeah.
You sure?
Children used to use it. But little children, yeah.
Okay.
I have a pair of it.
Bulgur, oh Lord.
Bulgur porridge.
This. Yeah, your school plate.
Yeah.
How was bulgur for you at school? Because it wasn't a good experience for me.
Well, I never have much of the bulgur. I used to have the milk powder and the lunch and the dumpling.
But what do you used to make that dumpling from at school? Because we got some dumpling that I don't know what it was made of. It was something like cornmeal, but it wasn't cornmeal. It was a yellow thing.
Okay.
And it just we never liked it at all. How was your lunch at school?
Well, fine, but most of the time I used to go home because in a small district I go home to my mother.
Okay, which school you attended?
Donville, primary initially.
Okay.
Donville.
Okay.
I used to go by my grandmother, Cleopatra, for lunch.
For lunch, okay. Lend me that little silver looking one there.
This one?
This Yes, man. So this is a measuring pan.
This is a pint.
This is 1 pint. Yeah. And then the other one is what? So this is 1 pint. So people who are listening on the radio.
2 pint make a quart.
2 pint make a quart, and it's a pint can.
Yeah, this is Big Jill.
Okay, so we used to get Big Jill oil.
Or peas.
Yes. I know we used to go buy Big Jill oil. Oh, so this is a Big Jill measurement, people.
Yeah.
The people who are watching would remember the Big Jill, and those of you who are listening on the radio, is these measuring cups, but they are made out of metal, like zinc material.
Yeah.
Yes, and then we have the bigger one. So this is a pint,
and you have the quart,
and then this is
the bigger
Jill.
one than the pint is 2. Yeah.
So if we're going to cook now peas, for example, with Sunday rice and peas.
You cook about half pint.
Which is half of this?
Half of that, yeah. Half pint of peas.
I mean that full this of peas and say I cook. I mean I have more peas.
Unless she's making stew peas.
What them say about stew peas in your time?
Stew peas are always nice with pig steel and
the Rasta man them don't know pig steel.
Yeah, the pig steel. Okay. The entire pig.
Did you raise pig coming up in as a boy coming up?
Yes, once I had a friend named John Campbell, and I was working for a short while at a place named Wales, owned by the Mushet up by Shawfield.
Okay.
I bought some pigs, and both of us. I was working there, and they were I raised a few pigs for a short time, and then left that and went joined the force.
Oh, it's after that you went into the police force.
Yeah.
Which do you raise animals now?
Yes, I am a cattle farmer.
Okay, you have cattle now.
Yeah.
Cattle. Okay.
Before I joined the force, I used to raise cows. Got 2 cows through 4-H club. And I used to take them to Egg Shoe and Denby.
Mm-hmm.
And 5 successive years, I won Dr. Ludlow Moody Cup for best dairy cow.
Mm-hmm.
And at Egg, I won Princess Alice Cup for best effort.
Mm-hmm.
And then after joining the force, my brothers continue. Since I retired, I bought some cows at Maynard
Mm-hmm.
and back in
So you're back
Cattle.
into cattle rearing,
cattle and coconuts.
cattle and coconuts.
Yeah.
CC, cattle and coconuts.
CC.
I want to talk about the cows that you say you got from
4-H.
from 4-H. Natanish would be happy to hear this. What how was that though? 4-H just give you cows? How did that arrangement go?
Was a 4-H clubite, you know, yeah, the Ed Hart Hands and Health.
Okay.
And the organizer saw it fitted. At that time, his name was Carlton Barrett.
Mm-hmm.
And he made that recommendation and I got it. And the cow I got, it's what you call revolving herd. So the first effort,
I'm sorry.
you pass it on. I think it went to a school in Wakefield or something like that.
So tell me about this arrangement. You would have gotten a cow. Uh-huh.
And one of the efforts
Mhm.
are the calves from that cow.
So
You
the
hand it to another club and it keep, revolving herd. Way back.
I understand. So you would maintain the mother,
Yeah, you keep it for yourself from then.
and every time you get a calf, you give that calf to
No,
another.
not every time.
The first
Because
time.
that would be your profit now.
But this is a good arrangement, though. It would have been.
Yeah, back then, because I gave my brothers and sister, I gave them one effort for all of them. Yeah.
Mhm. So maybe it's a recommendation that probably the 4-H now could think of. I don't know.
Maybe they are still in it because they used to do goats and
Mhm.
rabbits.
Mhm.
Yeah, the chinchillian white, the
Mhm.
Salisbury black and all that,
Those
they-
are names of what?
different variety of rabbits.
Oh,
The-
rabbits.
The white one, the
Mhm.
New Zealand white.
Mm-hmm.
You have the chinchillian, which is a gray rabbit,
Mhm.
and the Salisbury black and others.
Somebody's saying something here. Alicia Duncanson. She's saying that second one reminds me of my childhood days. I don't know the second one of which. It's the iron. Okay. Saw my grannies with them. So she was referring to the iron, the second one. Okay. Lots of us can identify with the second one. But this tush one, yes, it will be this one. This is the second one. Uh-huh. But this expensive one, Mr. Harper, is the first me seeing it. And I'm sure that can mash up. Yes, that's the iron I think she's talking about. Alicia, it can mash up for truth, darling. All know it can still use. So if JPS going with nothing too tough, we can easily put this on
The coal.
some coal, yes. And we're gone, goods. Iron we close. So I was saying to you, Mr. Harper, so you have your coat that you would have gotten from JIS as a young,
No,
not
4-H,
JIS, 4-H,
no.
as a young man. And I'm looking now, and I don't know of much young people who raising neither goat and not all rabbit nor anything. What did that do for you as a youngster, having responsibility for a cow, for an animal?
Well, I must tell you that my father used to raise cows. So
Okay.
therefore,
Mhm.
you have to tend to them by
Mhm.
giving them water, moving them. He had cows and goats
Mhm.
and sugar cane.
Mhm.
And at times you have to help in the farm with the
Mhm.
cane and things like that. So,
So that
grow
sense of
very
responsibility.
energetic
Yeah.
and, you got to wake up early in the morning.
Mhm.
He milks the cow. You take the milk to the milk truck and, for the truck to take it to Montpelier
Mhm.
for them to transport it by railway to Bybrook Condensary back then.
Mhm.
That's
So
what
the cow would have milk at your place.
Mhm.
You would have to go and deliver this milk to the truck.
To the
And the truck takes it to
Montpelier,
Mount Pelias in St. James.
St. James.
And when it go to Mount
They
Pelias,
transported by train to Bybrook, St. Catherine.
and they send it by train to St. Catherine.
Yeah.
And in St. Catherine, they'll make condensed milk with it.
Right, back then.
You hear that, people? And he from the bottom, from the initial stage now, you would have been that person and others like you who would have
Take the milk,
take the
and
milk,
run to the
carry it to the truck. You see? So when you see the condensed milk on the shelf in the shop, you know that you are part of this process. That's what I'm talking about. That kind of development, that you know that you're a part of the development of your country. How can we now get our young people in this time to be part of the country's development?
Well, there's a saying, back to basic.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the problems is that we are having too many children having children.
Mm-hmm.
They are not mature enough.
Mm-hmm.
That sense of responsibility.
Mhm.
As I said early on, that children are not going to church, the Sunday school. and
Mhm.
the- So it's a whole process of maturity,
Mhm.
development,
Mhm.
and who is there to guide and inspire the
Mhm.
younger children. And a lot of it, at times, the parents do not live up to their responsibility. They leave it to the teachers at
Mhm.
school.
That is
And so-
true.
and
That is
that's
true.
where a lot of our problem. And we don't have a lot of mentor in the communities like before.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a village to take care of child or children.
Mm-hmm.
And first time children go outside, or the senior citizen would report if they do any wrongs and take it to their parents. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of time, back to the good old days, don't save the rod and spoil the child.
Mm-hmm.
And that was some of the things used to guide a lot of us as children.
But you can't talk to I don't know. Sometimes adults nowadays are afraid to talk to children.
Some parents are afraid to have their own children.
And that one, I don't understand it. I don't know how it could have reached to where a parent is afraid of his or her own child. That one, I can't grasp that one even
Because
now.
it's the breakdown of the society, the whole structure. First time, you used to have people in the community.
Mhm.
For example, look at schools today. When I went to school, I have a headmaster, teacher Fletcher.
Mm-hmm.
I have another teacher, Hugh Dawes, from the St. Parish here. Hugh
Mm.
Dawes was from somewhere, Puerto.
Mm-hmm.
So there are a lot of male teachers in this classroom. So it's like the husband in the family, this is the head of the house,
Mm-hmm.
the headmaster control this, and by then children, boy, a 16-year-old boy looking at a teacher, principal. So my time the teacher is so young and looks so innocent. She got scared, or they get scared off,
Mhm.
and I think this is what, if we had more male teachers
Mm-hmm.
in the schoolroom and principals,
Mm-hmm.
then I think we would have a better
Mm.
society.
But the pay for teachers is so minimal that the men are not attracted to the classroom.
I think that's one of the same reasons. That's why a lot of people migrated first, because of the economic reason.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing happening in the nursing profession.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because, and worse with our devaluation of our dollars, when you go abroad, it looks so attractive. So therefore,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's the remuneration. That's what.
Yes.
uh,
Telma Gomez is saying, and you would have to milk the cow before you go to school. I think she's yes.
Yeah, it's a early part
Yes,
of it. That's
yes.
a part of it.
Mhm.
Mm.
So you'd have to get up early, do
Correct.
chores
Mhm.
before you
Mhm.
go to school.
Or maybe if your father go and milk the cow, you have to go get that milk and run back to the truck before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you had a sense of
Yeah,
responsibility as a
discipline,
youngster.
and you have to be up.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be up, or very early. Early to bed, early to rise.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yes. Let me have one of the that little one there. This little something right here. So
Oh.
this one. Mm-hmm. All right, people. We're going back in a story again. Another piece of item that looks like this feels like what condensed can, like milk tin, and you make a little
They call
contraption.
it.
And you what is one name?
They call it tilly lamp. Otherwise, they call it kitchen bitch.
This is what they call tilly lamp?
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah.
So you'd have put on. So it is.
You
It,
put the kerosene oil.
so you'd have
in,
put the oil in the bottom here,
and
the
the carrier
base.
wake up the top and you light
Okay.
it.
So the base is like a regular milk can.
It has
Uh-huh. And then you would have put another little thing on top just to facilitate something like a wick.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
You pull off the top here.
Okay, you pull off the top. Oh, this part.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. You pull here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And the wick would be in there.
The wick comes into this part that is placed on the top,
Right.
and you put it back, and you put the kerosene oil in here,
Right. And
Okay.
then you light the wick.
and you have the thing, and it just burn.
A little oil in your lamp.
Keep it burning. A little oil in your lamp. Yes, I like this one. So how much people would what? Most people would have this kind of
Back
lamp,
then it was like most homes would have a little
tilly lamp.
tele lamp. And the other one is the home sweet home lamp.
Uh-huh. So would I keep this one where? In the kitchen or outside or where? Where would I keep this
You
one?
keep it inside either the house or the kitchen.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. So, when you open the museum, everybody going to come to the museum. Good old Tilly Lamp. Thelma Gomez following us straight this evening. She can relate to everything right here. Interesting. Never seen that one before. Maybe she is referring to the iron. This expensive one for the rich people. Most people never see this one at all, Mr. Harper.
Okay.
It kind of getting a little rust. Where you got this?
A family friend.
So your family did rich, or your family
A
friend?
family friend. A family friend.
Family friend, yes. This one kind of hold the attention.
This the person I got it from. He imported his own Benz from Germany.
Benz. Okay. At that time,
Ricketts.
yes, man. That's why he could afford something like this. That is why he could afford something like this. Now I see you have something now that it look like you have to spin. You have to turn it like like a wheel. This is what is egg beater.
Egg beater. You put it
Okay.
in the bowl with the eggs and you beat it up.
So
Beater.
yes, look at this, the egg beater. Okay, it's still working.
Yeah.
Kind of want to look at oil doser.
Well, it's not in use.
Yes.
Not in use.
So the people who are listening on the radio, maybe because egg beater not so old, or maybe some people still don't know. I don't know how to describe this one though. It just it's a wheel. It has a wheel, and you have a handle, and you would put the two little part. I can't describe
you
it.
put the egg and put
You
it in the
open
bowl.
the egg and you put it in the bowl, and then you
You
just turn
turn
like
that
you're
way.
beating. Okay, and okay. So this something that would give your muscles some work. Not true. You have
Keep your exercise.
keep you exercising. Where you got this one?
Got it a long time ago.
Okay.
The store. Remember, I'm a collector.
Collector of items. So you can remember where you get everything. Everything. Which one else you want to let me see that one now? Oh, this one is a regular lamp.
I left the shade of that in the vehicle.
Oh, this has a shade.
Yeah,
Okay, this is but I've never
it's
seen.
brass.
Mm-hmm.
It's brass. I left the shade in the vehicle.
Okay. This reminds me now of the lamp that we know, but the ones that
Home
we
sweet
know,
home,
the
the
home
glass.
sweet home, but this will be the glass one. This is what?
brass.
Metal. Brass.
Brass.
Was this a popular one?
Maybe not too common back then.
Mm-hmm. Wow, and it's still turning. Okay. So this is a brass lamp.
I have the shade. I don't
You have the
know.
shade of this one.
Yeah, it's in the vehicle.
It's in the vehicle. Okay. And we have copper pot and we have goblet. That's the one. Sit here. No man, just look at something here. So. This thing, right. If you can tell me what this is, people. If Thelma Gomez thinks you're bad, she can't tell me what this one is. Yeah? You tell me what this is, Thelma, if you can see it. Huh? Yes?
Facebook, YouTube, and Friends Who Love Fit FM. They're the ones who can see.
Facebook, Friends Who Love Fit FM, and on YouTube. Yes, you can see the picture here that we are showing. You can see the item that we are showing here. If you think you know what it is, then you can type it and let us know. If you think you know what this is. The people who are listening now online, I don't know how. This is iron. Iron. This Mr. Harper. She answer already? Use it to shave ice. Yes. Yes. So it's a ice, is a shave or a shear. What you call it? Shear.
ice.
So you use the bottom. So for you're listening, you shear the ice.
Pour syrup
And
in
you
it,
put- and
boil
you-
it,
Okay.
pour
okay.
syrup on. So,
And you get a snow cone.
now all what you're having is
Snowball.
bag juice.
Bag juice we have now. Snowball. Okay. Yeah, so you have
You
the
pour
ice shear.
syrup in.
So this is the ice shear. So we have a lot of items that you're collecting, Sir Harper, and the ice shear is among them. But this one don't look too old though. It's not in use, but it's not too rusty. It would be, of course, in your museum. We can't wait for the museum. This would be now. This is something that it looks like a teeny weeny. It's like it can fit over your finger.
It's a timber.
It can fit over your finger.
Timber.
Why you never let me
Dress
ask the
me.
question and people with the answer? I'm just telling those who are listening that it can fit over your finger, the top of your finger. Yes. And okay. Well, it's on my finger, folks. And Mr. Harper, give it out already. It is a timber, right? So you use this for your sewing.
Yeah,
And
prevent the needle
when
from
you're
sticking.
it protects your finger. Those of us who still sew, sometimes when you push the needle through the material, it come right here. K here is a timber. It is K. It is a timber. And this one looks nice. I like how this one looks. So we're back into the days of pressing here. My God, the torturing. Here's the torturing start, Mara. The torturing. No, Julia, you used to use this? You don't remember this? Oh, but a short hair people used to have pressing comb. Look at this, people. Look at this now. Okay, yes. So those of you who are listening us on the 96.7, this is a comb, but it's an iron comb. The handle is board, but the part that you use to comb through your hair, it's iron. And it is iron for a reason. Because those of you who remember press hair, they used to put the iron part now on the fire. Right, Mr. Harper?
Or on the stove. Yeah.
On the
fine.
stove. And when the iron get hot now, oh my God. You'd have take it now and go through your hair with it now. And your hair would fry. Because that is what happened, not true? Yes. Press your hair. Pressing comb. Yes, Alicia Duncanson. And Kay say, I have one. Kay, may I forgot see your pressing comb? Because this one look dangerous. But wouldn't this thing burn you though?
It will burn.
Yeah?
It will. Yes.
So you have-
Sometimes you see
Some women.
with little spots on their neck and
And your ears.
ears.
Is the pressing comb fry your skin?
Yeah.
No, this is torturing. No, Can you imagine? And all because, Mr. Harper, why you think women used to press the hair?
Because they want to have straight hair, just like how they're bleaching now to get color. They want to have nice straight hair, not too
To attract men.
possible. That could be the reason, or to make them believe attractive. Or
Attractive.
and
You like press hair women?
press hair woman.
Pressing hair. Would like to press the hair. Would that attract you as a man in that time?
Not really.
Okay. You like to see women natural.
Natural.
Okay. Natural beauty. So you have different sizes.
Sizes,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is a smaller pressing comb, people. If you ever see the people who are on the radio listening, the iron, it just looks very dangerous just by looking at it. I've never really taken up a pressing comb, Yes, because I've never really examined. It's the first I'm holding a pressing comb. Believe it or not, yeah. I don't think I would have liked it then either. What is that you have there?
Chalk pipe.
A chalk pipe.
Yeah.
So what do you do with a chalk pipe? No.
Most the women used to use the chalk pipe to smoke.
Okay.
Their little tobacco and thing in it.
Uh-huh. So it's made out of chalk.
I don't know the real material.
No, that's why I'm asking, why is it
the
co-
name it was given to it is chalk pipe. Very small pipe.
Yeah, it's a very small pipe. It looks like a pipe that men would just smoke, but it's a small. And he's explaining now that it's the women mostly who would use the chalk pipe for smoking. Okay, first time I'm seeing this one, the chalk pipe here. All right, that is history there. I would want to know why it's called chalk pipe though, and it's not made out of chalk. Maybe the original ones were made out of chalk. Maybe not. Yes, it will burn and fry your hair if it's too hot. Oh, Thelma Gomez, you have to be real skilled to use that. I think she's referring to the pressing comb. Yeah, you have to rub it in a cloth first. Oh, that was the pressing comb. So when it gets hot, you rub it in the cloth.
And they used to use a lot of petroleum Vaseline thing to.
So the Vaseline would put on your hair.
And then it give you that frying.
Well, yeah. That is why it will burn you. It will take out piece of your hair if you just put it in your hair. Okay, so Kay is saying the pressing comb will take out pieces of your hair. So you have to kind of cool it down on the cloth first before you apply it to your hair. Oh Lord, that would have been dangerous. And that is why so many persons had burn marks and so on. Scars. Wow. Can't be an enjoyable situation at all. I think we need to take a break after that. It sounds traumatic just by, just imagining for this kind of iron thing here to go on your ears. This would come like when you, what you call them when you have your cattle and you want to mark them.
You stamp them.
Yes.
You eat.
Yes, it just reminds me of something like that. It must be terrible for you to have gotten a burn with that pressing comb. Dorrit, Zevin Natural, Trelawney, if that touch your ears, Lord have mercy. Yes, you're right. If that touch your ears, Lord have mercy in truth, Dorrit, because I'm telling you, just by looking at it, it make you feel awake. And just imagine when this thing hot now, and to put it in your hair, and you hear Mr. Harper say you have to apply Vaseline to the hair.
Yeah,
and then
petroleum.
You go, you hear that, friend, And for that to touch, oh my God, if that touch your ears, it will burn and fry your hair if it's too hot. That is Thelma Gomez. So a lot of persons are reacting to the things that you have here because they are on Facebook. So they are hearing and they're seeing. Yes, Thelma, we can just imagine coming up as a young girl in that time where pressing was in. Can you imagine? And straighten hair.
There was some Gomez from Duanville,
So you may be wondering if Thelma is one of those Gomez from Duanville. Yeah. He's checking to see, Thelma, if you are one of those Gomez from Duanville.
Gravel Hill originally.
Gravel Hill.
That's where I was born. Yeah.
Okay, so he's checking Thelma, so you can confirm if you are one of those Gomez from Gravel Hill in Duanville. Mr. Harper is inquiring, right? So because she seemed to, know a little history about you too, with your aunt Tit there when she asked the question earlier. It is Cultural Mix, folks, and we are in the studio of Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music. Bev Moonchild is your host, and I am with Mr. Ray Wenserly Harper. He's a retired policeman, deputy superintendent. Yes. And he's now a collector of all different kind of items. Artifacts and so on. And we're looking at some of his collection this evening. Really, really interesting talking about some of them. And we're going to take a break and then we come right back to Cultural Mix with Mr. Harper.
I seek and I search and now I found my true identity. My heart is black and I'm proud of that. Hey, boy, my heart is black. Nothing wrong with that. Oh no, hey. Once I was a little child, I used to hear the Bingy Man them chant all the while. And when me see the Rasta man a forward, me and my friends would I get up and run. But while I'm growing, I'm reading, be analytical and also a quest. And I come to the whole conclusion, Rasta principle is all time best. My heart is black, and I'm proud of that. Yeah. Oh, my heart is black, well, nothing wrong with that. Oh no, let your heart be pure and exercise love for sure. Let's demonstrate love and teach the world some more. And if your heart is blue, that's cool with me too. Let's maximize love and show the world that your heart is pure and true. Because once you're born as a human, everyone should be treated equally. I and I try through Babylon, come to teach and correct confusion. And above all else, I will never rest till I conquer and wipe out all wickedness. Above all else, I will never rest. Every knee shall bow and every tongue confess. I'm black, blacker than black. Whoa, blacker than black. Once I was a little child, I used to hear the propaganda spread all the while. And when we see the Rasta man a forward, me and my friends would I get up and run. But while I'm growing, I'm reading, be analytical and also a quest. And I come to the whole conclusion, Rasta principle is all time best. My heart is black, and I'm proud of that. Yeah. Oh, my heart is black, nothing wrong with that. Oh no, let your heart be pure and exercise love for sure. Let's demonstrate love and teach the world some more. And if your heart is white, pure, green and bright, let's come together, every nation, and unite. Because once you're born as a human, everyone should be treated equally. I and I chat through Babylon, grows to teach and correct confusion.
FM 96.7 Fridays 6-8 p.m. I'm Mara.
I am my ancestors' blood, flesh, and bone. Nani Kojo Kwau and Taki, bloodshed to set us free. Resisted oppressors and traitors, never bow to them tyranny. We are the mountain warriors, traveling a hilly terrain. We are the mountain warriors, treading through joy and pain. Stony Ghetto, Spanish town, warriors feet hit the ground, disrespected by the governor. Courthouse burned flat down. Martial law could not contain us. Freedom, that's all on our mind. The journey's long and strenuous. No mountain too hard to climb. We are the mountain warriors, traveling a hilly terrain. We are the mountain warriors, treading through joy and pain. To overthrow our enemies, we stand up with dignity. Ancestors as our guide, we won't run or hide. Oh, no, no. Up, mighty people, overcome the evil. Let's fight and push it on. And I've got to say, sound it up, bend it up, sound it up, sound it up. From Moortown to Johnstown. Nani Kojo Kwau and Taki, bloodshed to set us free. Resisted the oppressors and traitors, never bow to them tyranny. We are the mountain warriors, traveling a hilly terrain. We are the mountain warriors, treading through joy and pain. Oh, bogle. We honor you, we ancestors, I say. Marcos Mosiah, Sam Sharp. We honor you, Letitia, go away, gang, whoa. Hey. We are the mountain warriors, traveling on hilly terrains. We are the mountain warriors, treading through joy and pain. Let us stand in fight.
Cultural mix. Every Friday afternoon, 6 to 8 p.m. with Bev Moonchild and Fit FM 96.7. And we tune in every Friday. I shall
From the song, I know positive vibes, man, I feel it. The negative vibes, we don't wanna hear it. With so many words to choose from, tell them that the vocabulary them want clean it. Why when you hear gangster terms, you repeat it. Left it alone round here, we no need it. Can't vex with a selector if him say too raw. The rhythm bad, but it still get deleted. It can't turn up, won't pull up. Music for have message, for pick me up. Anytime I hear music, it for lift me up, rise me up. It can't turn up, won't pull up. Music for have message, for pick me up. Anytime I hear some music, it for lift me up, rise me up. Give me some good vibration. Some liquor you for go listen, some foundation. Money now go get that tune on rotation. Need some more song for go play on the station. For go heal the nation, what do some waste. That's what I am. They put them confused for play some shine. But if I am not
Right now with the moonlight.
wild.
Right on. Irie. But don't you ride like lightning? This man, if you ride like lightning, it'll crash like thunder. So come on down along the way, the song a little ways I would play. But guys, cause someone coming down, the song a little ways I would read the baby, yo. Wow, baby.
Wow! Watch it, baby. Wow! Chicka bow, bow, wow. Yes, so we are in Cultural Mix on a Friday. Bev Moonchild, your host, saying we are having an awesome time. And if you're just joining, we say welcome. It's Friday evening, and we are a little way into the program. And if you are just joining, we thank you so much. For those of you who have been here with us since we started, we also thank you so much. Just rushing over to YouTube and seeing Verona Fletcher. Verona, we thank you so much for your participation. She's saying, good going, Mr. Harper. Great historical treasures, Verona Fletcher. And she was watching when we were displaying all of the items. She's saying, Harper, that looks like a cake mixer. It was the egg beater. Yes, the egg beater. Sorry, the egg beater here, this one. And Wendell Smith, very interesting. Thank you, Wendell, for joining. And continue to listen to us. We have some more things to talk about. So those of you who have just joined, you would have missed some, but we have more things to talk about. Mr. Harper, go back to your microphone. So now I'm looking at something you're pointing to me here in a Gleaner article, The History of Falmouth, and it is called Boomtown. Boomtown. So at some point in time in the early 19th century, Falmouth was referred to as a boomtown. Why was that so? I just want to read something quickly. Named for Falmouth, Cornwall, the birthplace of the British governor William Trelawney, it became the capital of the parish of St. James, of which Trelawney was once a part. Now, look at this now that I Boomtown. So this newspaper article was written Monday, June 23, 2003, the Gleaner, right? And we're on page A2. At the bottom of that now it says Boomtown. In the late 18th to early 19th century, Falmouth boomed, becoming one of the busiest towns in Jamaica. It is said to have been the wealthiest New World port south of Charleston, South Carolina. Can you imagine? Exports of sugar and rum came to Falmouth from over 88 properties, worked by close to 30,000 enslaved people. It doesn't have enslaved, it has slaves, but I'm saying enslaved. Falmouth's busiest harbor was guarded. Listen to this now. Falmouth's busiest harbor was guarded by Fort Belcaris, which in 1802 was moved from the center of the town and relocated by the sea. It is now the Falmouth All-Age School. You hear that? Yes. Falmouth boasted department stores, craftsmen such as goldsmith, gunsmith, and tinsmith. What's a tinsmith? Or who was?
Tinsmith is carry one of the things, and I left it inside. What tinsmith is the man who they call it soldering.
So he would something like this?
Yes, solder with the
Uh-huh.
soldering, solder the. Even when the chimney has old, they solder it.
Okay. So
Solder
he would be the tinsmith.
tinsmith.
And the gunsmith now would be who?
The fire people selling firearm.
Okay. So you had people selling firearm in Falmouth at that time. Yes. Yeah.
And goldsmith.
Gold. They would deal with gold.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So remember, it says that it was one of the wealthiest
Mm-hmm.
in this section.
It said
Yeah,
one of the wealthiest
yeah,
New
port.
World port
Mhm.
south of Charleston, South Carolina. Yeah.
It's like a lot of things happening in Trelawney because we were the first in the Western Hemisphere that got pipe water
Mm-hmm.
that came from Arthur Bray.
Mm-hmm. So, Mr. Harper, people don't understand. If you can find that article, persons, people who are listening, you can go back into the archives of the Gleaner. Maybe you should be able to find it. Monday, June 23, 2003. It's an article written by Dr. Rebecca Tortello. And you should be able to find that article. Very, very interesting. It speaks a lot about Falmouth and some of the things that you wouldn't know at all. I see Edward Barrett here. He was a former what? Custos?
No,
Edward Barrett.
maybe I don't know.
Okay, Elizabeth Barrett Browning thought often of Jamaica, even though her lifelong battle with a frail health rendered a visit impossible. She expressed her desire to see Jamaica as she expressed many of her desires in her poetry. Okay, so it would have been a poet. But interesting article, if you are able to find it in the archives of the Gleaner, you can go ahead and look for it. Talks a lot about Falmouth. You have something?
Yeah. Well, I joined the National Library and visited the Gleaner archives and the GIS. So that's where I collected some of my picture and things that got painted. And things like that.
You are telling me?
Gleaner archives and Gleaner archives, the GIS. Yeah, that is Jamaica Information Service. And I had other books that about even the story of the Gleaner and others.
This one, though, the history of the story of Jamaica,
Yeah.
you are telling me here the story of Jamaica, that how Bendown got his name,
Market.
Bendown Market in Falmouth, how it got its name. There was also the
Originally
weekly,
on a Sunday.
it was originally on a Sunday.
That was the time the slaves would get time off.
Yes. Okay, so there was also weekly carnival of the Sunday market, yeah, when the enslaved could sell the produce they grew on their provision grounds. Okay, so it's a Sunday that they would come and lay the things down and people would come and bend down and buy it.
Yeah. Apart from that, they used to trade slaves in Falmouth. All the other planters would come. The ship used to dock down in Falmouth. So the other planters would come into Falmouth, trade slaves, and buy food provision for their slaves because the slaves in Trelawney got portion of lands that their slave owner would give them. So they planted, and when the food come in abundant, they would sell it to the other planters
Mm-hmm.
to feed their slaves in the parish or outside of the parish.
Mm-hmm.
So the trading of slaves
Was it
a
happening in
big
Falmouth?
business in Falmouth.
Wow, where was that? At the port that is there now?
Possible. Could
Okay.
be the Hamden port.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from that, I read a book and it said that when the cargo left Jamaica to places like England, it would have taken like rum and pimento and other goods. But when the ship was coming back, they would load those ship with the cut stones that build all those building, the great house and the courthouse and all that, because they weren't carrying back enough cargo to Jamaica.
So they
So
would.
the stones were the thing to ballast the ship, to keep it afloat, to return.
So when
to
they
Jamaica.
came with those stones now, what would happen?
They use them in construction.
Mm-hmm.
Or most of the stone building that we have,
Mm-hmm.
built by the stones coming out of England or Europe.
Okay. So you see how Falmouth was built by enslaved people. No, so it go?
Certainly.
Built by slaves as they were referred to, with these stones coming on these ships. So we have the stone, we have the courthouse.
Yeah, man, not only in
Falmouth.
Falmouth, but all over the island.
Mhm.
Those cut stones that we see, they didn't cut in Jamaica. It came on the ship from England.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I saw you as you talk about cut stone. I saw you with a what you call that now, a piece of tool. Earlier, I saw you with a piece of tool, as you mentioned, stone.
Oh, hammer.
God.
This is a stone hammer that women used to.
Beat up, man.
No, man. They used to break stones for road construction.
Okay, so this is a stone hammer, people.
Stone hammer.
Yes. I think I'll head them bust with it because this look like a no. I'm not inciting any violence or anything, you know.
They used to carry the hammer in the tree.
Okay.
And they used to sit on the tree
Uh-huh.
on the stone. He break the stone.
Mm-hmm.
Public Works and
Mm-hmm.
the municipal corporation, they call it now. They used to call it parish council.
Mm-hmm.
They break the stones.
Mm-hmm.
Then they used to measure it in boxes, and trucks used to pick it up and they put it on the roadside. Made a road different level. That's the smallest size stone.
This is
with
the
hammer.
smallest hammer.
Yeah, break the stone to about half inch or so,
Mhm.
and they spread that on top of the road. It was about 3 or 4 different sizes of stone used to make the road. The pal stone, the big stone, and the roller would roll the stones in.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, the asphalt that came from, I think at that time, maybe, I don't know if it was Trinidad or here. And they would boil the asphalt, pour it on, and then the roll after they put a fine gravel on it. And roll
That is
it.
why those roads
road.
lasted for so long.
So long, up to today, some of them still serving us.
So we had the Paul stone,
Yeah,
and what again?
the half-inch stone. and
Half-inch
then
stone.
The sand thing that they spread on
So you
it.
had several
And
layers.
they used to boil the asphalt.
Mhm.
Back then they call it, say they boil the tar.
Mm-hmm. So they used to boil it so it would hold these things together.
Hold together.
Nowadays, them have
Marl.
and them just pour the asphalt over the marl. So by the time rain come,
And it soak.
you know, wash out that.
It come in like flour and water.
Yeah, it just gone. But this hammer here, I'm telling you, this is what the women would use
To break the stone.
Okay.
And they
How many
measure
go
it in
down?
boxes.
Mhm. Okay, the figure broke rock stone. You know
Go
that
down
song?
Emmanuel Road, gal and boy, figure broke rock stone.
Yes.
Broke them 1 by 1.
Girl and boy.
Broke them 2 by 2.
Girl and boy.
Remember, play with the play.
Okay.
Watch your
Finger.
finger, no cry.
Yes, man.
Finger mash, no cry.
Yes, man. So Thelma Gomez, Thelma is saying, Wally's sister, we used to go to the same Baptist church. So she's reminding you that she is the same. She's the same Thelma from the community that you mentioned. Grandma had 3 kinds of hammer. So people are referring to this hammer, Mr. Harper. This kind of it looks like a regular hammer, people, but you know that little part of hammer that you would use to take out the nail, it don't have that part. It's just a straight piece of iron, yeah. And he says this is the smallest type. I mean, for the smaller stones. So Carl Campbell is saying grandma had 3 kinds of hammer. That time you were getting good road. Yes, Thelma, that's true. Because you had the manual labor and people were making sure that the road surface was properly done. Some of those roads still exist right now. When you drive sometimes way out into the rural areas and you see some of those roads still standing up.
Certainly.
Yeah, those would have been done by men and women physically doing all of this on the road. So there is value in as things progress and things change and you have machines taking over, but nothing like when it is manually done. But because they want to cover more, I think, in less time, they come up with all kind of things. But we're not getting a good road surface nowadays. So maybe we need to go back to some of those means and ways of getting things done because it would have been done properly, But nowadays you wonder if it is a trick to not fix it good. So you have to come back 3 months' time, come get it done again. You spoke about the chimney. Just put that down so it don't fall. Put it down flat. Let me see the chimney. The soldering man would have come and fix all people. This is what you call chamber pot. This is what you call chamber pot. No, look at it. This is well used, man. Look at it. Well used. God. So the soldering man now, the tinsmith, he would have enough work to do underneath here. So because this is a chimney. If you remember the chamber pot, this is what we're talking about here. For those of you who are on the radio, it is a big white. Well, this are not white now. These are all different kind of color now. Yellow and well used. Just look at it as being well used, and it have hole for hole. Mr. Harper is building his museum, so these are items that he has collected. That of course, when the museum is up and running, we have to go pay. So we get free viewing now. Because when the museum open, we have to go pay to go in the museum.
It's not free, it's complimentary.
Complimentary. Complimentary. Okay. So this is a
milk jug.
Milk jug.
Carry a quart of milk.
Mm-hmm. So this is what the measurement is. It's a quart.
Yeah, it's a quart of milk. You carry, that for your domestic purpose.
Okay. And it has a handle made out a board at the top. And kind of fancy, enamel, but we can see that it is well used.
Slide it
yes.
Turn it.
Okay, it's well used, but it's kind of fancy. Oh, you would have closed that one. It has a little intricacy there. Okay. Oh, it has a groove. Okay. Yeah, and it goes in so nicely. And it has a handle on top now, so you'd have been walking with a milk tin. Yeah, milkman, you have a milk tin here. Wow, this is nice. Your enamel. But this one could still use. Alicia said, Granny Pearl had a chimney.
Our chamber pot.
Oh, on YouTube, Verona. Interested. What you say?
Chimney get promoted. Used to hide under bed.
Chimney get promoted. It used to hide under bed. Now it's a compound camera.
Exposure.
Yes, Verona on YouTube there. And she was joining in the song. Stone breaking was back-breaking work for women. Yes, I can imagine, Verona. So we are interacting with people on YouTube Live and Venora on YouTube, and we are interacting with our friends on Facebook. Granny Pearl had one. I think it's a chimney she talking. Alicia, Granny Pearl had a chimney. Well, nowadays we have a plastic chimney, but this one is a good old enamel chimney. People talk about a morning time. You see them come out with them chimney now. Chimney well used during the night. Morning time, it have to come out, go wash, and so on. So whole heap of things we are seeing here, Mr. Harper, taking a lot of people back to times that, people would say the good old days.
Memory days.
You think it's the good old days? What do you think?
Yes, but
The microphone.
we had a lot of, fun and things like that. People enjoyed it. People socialize more and
Mm-hmm.
talk. Nowadays, a lot of people indulge just with the cell phone and Facebook, and
Mm-hmm.
people don't communicate as before.
Mm-hmm.
At times they say that families in the home and the husband talk to the wife. He texts her.
Text her.
Takes her instead of
Uh-huh.
communicating.
Okay.
People, technology,
Yeah.
technology.
We have another comment here on Facebook from Wilbert. Wilbert Matthews. Our Tinsmith was Mr. Edge. His nickname was Paddy Face. Wilbert, you're going to behave yourself, Wilbert. Wilbert, I'm going to ask you to behave. What do you mean the man was Paddy Face? For obvious reasons. Wilbert, behave, man. Behave. Tell me, yes, the good old days, happier days. Well, we are making ourselves happy even without some of the items and some of the things and some of the experiences, because we are happy now sharing with Mr. Harper about some of those things that made those days the good old days for him and his youngsters and his friends and his family at that time. So we have to make this time now the good old days. I want to talk about the thing I saw you with the Windrush. I saw you with an one like a little display board, and it had Windrush written on it. So if we could get this one right, because we know what happened. Empire Windrush, London. I'm looking at it, but I'm not really happy when you look at the image of what is happening here. People, this is a ship. And when you look at it, you see people hang off. I don't know. Like, I don't know how people hanging off from the bottom, from the top, like it's the people peeping through little holes of the ship. I suppose they were leaving the Caribbean and going into Great Britain. And we know what happened now with the Windrush people and the Windrush generation. We know what has happened. So when you look at this, for some people, let me just show you for those of you who will be able to see. Or can you see from here? Mm-hmm. Yes. Just look at this. If you are listening on the radar, it's a big ship we are seeing up close. Like if you're in Falmouth now and you see one of those cruise ship, and people are just hanging off, like when they used to have those big buses and people can't hold anymore, so them hang off through the door. You see people hanging out through the window. You see people on top of the buses hanging off. This is the kind of image we are looking at here. People just hanging off, I'm supposing, happy to leave the shores of the Caribbean to go into Britain to work, as you said, backbreaking, to work and build Britain, and to the end to have suffered for some people. So I'm looking at this now, but I'm not too happy in what I'm seeing. And then you have this look like an anchor, big thing at the front here. And we know what happened for the Windrush generation. Mr. Harper, you're saying that it's not only in Falmouth that the slaves and the enslaved, as I would say, worked and built, but they also built Britain.
Yeah, of course.
And America.
Certainly. Well, we went there, our people went there for economic reasons. And I remember an essay in the 70s in the force, when it was the topic on migration.
Okay.
And it affect our young people. And what I said that the parent at that time migrated to England for economic reason, leaving the children behind with the grandmother, the great-grandmother, and the aunts. And some of them were not capable enough
of raising
to supervising, and this is a result that spins off and affecting us today.
Yes, as some children are called nowadays, they are called barrel
children, and especially the Americans.
Yes. So parents go away for a better life.
The economic send back the
and send back the barrel and
Barrel.
send back the money and so on. But the children are
that
not
love
being
and
raised.
affection and attention is
Yeah.
not there.
So 6 or 1,
And
half dozen the other.
they stray away and the group and the gangs and yeah.
So they
that's it.
may have had
the economic
benefit, but how did the
the family life.
yeah.
I read an article written by Professor Leo Henry at the Grace Foundation, and it spoke about the family continuity and change. And what it says that children in like rural Jamaica went to the urban area, they succeeded, make a better life, education, and therefore initially on holidays, their children, they used to take them back to the country to live, to see the grandfather, the great grandfather, the uncles and things. But now those children, what they do, they send their children to Disney World, and so that connection or the connectivity with the family, no longer exists. Professor Elsa Leorini, The Family, Continuity and Change. It was a lecture at the Grace Foundation some years ago.
Oh, you mean the way you're speaking? Okay. But we are seeing what is happening. You know, we see the effects of that. We all yes, it is not a positive effect that it's having on the society, on our young people nowadays. We see what is happening. As we spoke earlier about the Windrush generation and the people who go away to make a better life. But how better is the life?
Also, that connection and that connectivity with the family. First time, you know, children used to know the uncle, the cousin, first, second, third. No, it stopped at uncle and auntie. Nobody knows first cousin, second cousin, third cousin, and you know, so it's a real sad situation.
How are we going to repair that though? Because we can't live so.
We have to use the social clubs, the churches, and the school, and we have to get back people talking together, socializing more.
But we can't socialize when we social distance.
No, well, yes, COVID. Before COVID, there were other diseases, tuberculosis and things. By the help of God and with modern science and things like that, I think we'll be back on our first. Everybody used to be in a space, everybody have a mask, 6 feet, the social distance. But I think we'll get back there in the very near future.
Because as you spoke earlier of the importance of socializing.
Naturally.
Coming together, because we are social beings.
Naturally.
And we need to have that kind of social relationship in order for us to push forward and develop community, develop country, and develop the world. But if we are distanced,
universally, it's one race. And that's the human race.
Yes.
And humanity, we ought to live the way that God's, for those who believe the Christian faith, want us to live.
But and I don't think it's only Christians who would want to have that kind of oneness with humanity, you know. But as you mentioned that, I think it's important to point out that other religions and other non-religious people, I think we all want the same thing.
Yes, there's also selfishness. Look what's happening today in Ukraine, Russia. You see power. There are some evils of the world, unfortunately, is that they say land is one, money is another one, power. And unfortunately, in biblical days, from Adam, Eve, and Samson, Delilah, and unfortunately, they say woman. So they say those are the four evils.
Woman is an evil too?
In Adam, and what happened to Cain, not Cain and Abel is a brother and two brothers, but Samson and Delilah, Lot's wife become the pillar of salt. And Eve was the one that tempted Adam. So they said those are some of the things that contributed.
Mm-hmm.
And, Christ came and tried, but we have to go back to the spiritual days and think and land the boundary. Is the same thing happening in Russia today? Is that Russia want to take back Ukraine?
Yes, a lot
Politics,
of politics and power.
Yeah.
Politics and power. Politics and power, and the unkindness of man.
Humanity in general.
Yes. So the sins that you speak of, that maybe is for another program, because I don't know how woman come to be one of the sins, one of the sins of the world. Oh, poor woman. How much can we bear, Mr. Harper? How much more we must bear?
We are all from one. We cannot change that.
How much
Every
more?
man was born of
Yes.
woman.
But when women become one of the sins of the world, that's another program where we have to debate that, because
All right.
I really wouldn't want to leave now. You know what I mean? To say after we bear so
power,
much.
The power,
Yes.
the land,
Yeah.
the money,
Yeah.
and hobby.
Yeah.
I leave it at that for another time.
Because I think if we get back to understanding that we are one.
Get back to basic.
Yes. Understanding that when I love you, I'm actually loving myself. If I hurt you, I'm really hurting myself.
Yeah, but we have to believe in humanity.
Yes.
I don't believe in this.
Yes, yes. So that is what we have to do. Understand that we are one.
Yeah.
We have 10 minutes in 10
Human
minutes.
being.
Human being. As you say, we are one race. The human race. So we have to get back that humanness amongst us, so we can achieve our best and achieve our objectives, whatever those are. And it should include having a good community, having a good country, having a good world.
The extension, the world.
The world. We have to be able to positively impact whoever we meet, whenever we meet them.
Meet and greet.
Yes, have something positive.
Brotherly love.
That is what I'm talking about. 10 minutes to 8 o'clock or 8 minutes. Can you imagine? The time flies so quick.
Okay.
As we close though, Mr.
Time waits
Harper.
for no man.
Yes. What would be, or what are your words to say, people out there, as you're a man who is a farmer, a retired police, a culture and artifacts, you're into history and so on, what it is that we need to do to maintain a positive outlook of our communities, respecting our communities, respecting our elders, all of that. What it is that you would say, not only to young people, but to people on a whole. Moving forward, I said this year is Jamaica 60. What are we going to do to maintain? People talk about the good old days. I don't know if the good old days can come back, but in this modern time, what can we really do to bring that harmony back into communities and that love for each other?
The golden rule: love your neighbor as yourself. Do unto others as you would love them to unto you.
Mm-hmm.
And the religious part or the spiritual part, these people, children of today, you look, the parent, one of the outer culture, the spoiling of the bleaching. We have to love ourselves, love as one another, brothers and sisters. And I would implore all our young men to start wearing belts in their pants and keeping their pants up.
Yes.
And, we love one another and be guided by some of the old principles of life. And think positive, not to hurt one another. Be your brother's keeper. Love the other person's children as you would love your own. And to take care of one another. Support them. Help the weak if you are strong. Assist the blind or the disabled person across the street. If you are strong enough to, and give an encouraging word. Where there's weakness, you show love and light. And, We hope the day will come when we start hugging one another again, shaking hands and greeting one another. And I think by taking those steps, we will reach back. Maybe not totally the original old days, but we'll see a brighter light in the near future.
Okay, yes. Good points you have raised there, because that human connection,
Human connectivity.
yes, human connectivity is important. We need it in order for us to survive, in order for us to maintain that love that we have for each other. Because the further we stay,
Humanity.
the further we stay from each other, that distancing is going to create that kind of
Vacuum.
yeah, that's the word. So we always need to find a reason to be together, to celebrate each other. We really want to. You have something that you want to say?
No, go
Okay.
ahead.
We really want to thank you for coming in this evening, Mr. Harper, and to share not only what you have been collecting, but to share those positive words of encouragement. We appreciate it. As a retired person, you could have in your bed lie down and enjoying life, watching your TV, or turn on your cable and watching different channels. But you are here sharing not only your talent, but sharing how it is that we can move forward to improve our communities, improve our country, and by extension, of course, improve the world, reminding us that this human connectivity is important for us to continue life as humans. We want to thank you so much. We also want to thank the people who have been tuned in to us from we started at 6 o'clock. The people who tuned in on Facebook Live, the people who tuned in via Friends Who Love Fit FM, the people who were tuning in watching from my profile, Bev Moonchild, the people who were watching on YouTube, we want to thank you, and those who interacted on fitfmja.com. We thank you sincerely. We look forward to seeing you again next Friday when we come back with another Cultural Mix program. I am Bev Moonchild saying, have a good evening. Take care. Julia, we thank you always. All the best. Big up yourself. Keep watching and keep listening to Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music. Keep listening to Cultural Mix. And of course, you can see us and you can follow us on Facebook, Bev Moonchild Culture and Lifestyle, or just Bev Moonchild Edwards. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care. Have a good evening. Have an awesome weekend. See you again, all being well, next Friday. Take care. Love always.
See the Rasta man a forward. Me and my friends would a get up and run. But while I'm growing, I'm reading, be analytical and also a quest. And I come to the whole conclusion, Rasta principle is all time best. My heart is black, and I'm proud of that. Yeah. Oh, my heart is black.